Next, we will obtain relationship between alpha, beta and gamma, which are current amplification factor for common base, common emitter and common collector configuration respectively. Okay, so what is alpha? Alpha is amplification factor in case of common base configuration. So base was common, input was applied between emitter and base, output was taken between collector and base. So it will be IC upon IE. Okay. Next, beta was the current amplification factor in case of common emitter configuration. Emitter was common, input was applied between base and emitter, output was taken between collector and emitter. So beta was IC upon IB. And lastly, gamma is the amplification factor for common collector configuration. Collector was common, input is applied between base and collector, output is taken between emitter and collector. So gamma is IE upon IB. We have to obtain equations which relates alpha, beta, alpha, gamma or beta, gamma. Okay, so that is what we will try to understand. So the first current equation for the transistor, the basic current equation is IE, total current IB is equal to IB plus IC. Okay, IE is equal to IB plus IC. Okay, so what we will do is let divide the above equation throughout by IC. So what is the equation which you are going to get? IE upon IC is equal to IB upon IC plus IC upon IC. Of course, IC upon IC will be 1. What is IE upon IC? It is reciprocal of alpha, right? So IE upon IC will be 1 upon alpha. What is IB upon IC? Of course, reciprocal of beta. So it will be 1 upon beta plus 1. So 1 upon alpha is beta 1 plus beta. Okay. So what we can say is alpha is equal to 1 plus beta upon beta. So this is the equation. Sorry. Alpha will be equal to, of course it will be 1 upon alpha is 1 plus beta upon beta. Alpha will be reciprocal of this, beta upon 1 plus beta. So this is the relationship between alpha and beta. In this equation, if you slightly modify this equation, you can write this as 1 upon beta. 1 upon beta is equal to 1 upon alpha minus 1. Right, so 1 upon beta is alpha 1 minus alpha, and what will be beta? Beta will be reciprocal of this, so it will be alpha upon 1 minus alpha. Okay, so this is the relationship between alpha and beta. Okay, so if beta is given, you can easily calculate alpha, and if alpha is given, you can easily calculate beta. Next is gamma. Okay, so gamma, for again I will write the same equation. IE is equal to IB plus IC. Can I write the same equation as IC is equal to IE minus IB? It's one and the same thing. Now dividing throughout by IB, dividing above equation throughout by IB. So what you get is IC upon IB is equal to IE upon IB minus IB upon IB will be 1. And what is IC upon IB? IC upon IB is beta. So this is beta, and IE upon IB is gamma. So beta is gamma minus 1, or gamma is beta plus 1. So this is what we can this is how we can get the relationship between alpha, beta and gamma. I hope you have understood. Last one in the relationship between alpha, beta and gamma is relationship between alpha and gamma. Now gamma is, we have already specified that gamma is beta plus 1. Okay, gamma is beta plus 1. And what is beta? Beta is alpha upon 1 minus alpha. So just substitute the value over here. So gamma is alpha upon 1 minus alpha plus 1. Okay, so we can write gamma is equal to alpha plus 1 minus alpha upon 1 minus alpha. So what you can get is plus alpha and minus alpha gets cancelled and the value will be 1 upon 1 minus alpha. So gamma is equal to 1 upon 1 minus alpha. So this is the relationship between gamma and alpha. So now in the next part what we will do is we will substitute, we will be given one value. That means suppose if you have been given alpha, you need to calculate the value of beta. If you are given beta, then you have to calculate the value of alpha. Similarly, you just have to substitute the value and get the answer. Let us now solve few problems based on interconversion of alpha, beta and gamma. Okay, for example, the first one is, say, in a transistor configuration, beta is 100. Calculate the value of alpha. Okay, calculate the value of alpha. So what is relationship between alpha and beta? Alpha is beta upon 1 plus beta. So it will be 100 upon 1 plus 100, that is 100 upon 101, which comes out to be 0.99. And if you remember, this alpha, beta and gamma are the current amplification factor of common base, common emitter and common collector transistor, and amplification factor does not have unit, so you don't have to specify the unit. Okay, so this is one way of asking a problem. Say second is, in a transistor configuration, alpha is 0.9. Calculate the value of, say, beta. So of course first we'll write the formula for beta. Beta is alpha upon 1 minus alpha. What is alpha? Alpha is 0.9, so it will be 0.9, 1 minus 0.9, and if you calculate this value comes out to be 9. Okay, you just need to substitute the values of the alpha or beta and calculate whatever parameters which has been asked, for example beta or alpha or gamma. Next, one more problem. For a certain transistor, alpha is given, alpha is 0.98 and IE is 2 milliampere. We need to calculate IC and IB. Okay, apart from all this, there will be a transistor equation which is evident, which we have seen. IE is equal to IB plus IC. You just need to substitute the value and get the answer. So now alpha, what is alpha? Alpha is IC upon IE. That means IC is equal to alpha multiplied by IE. So what is IC? IC is, alpha is how much? 0.98 multiplied by what is IE? IE is 2 milliampere, 2 into 10 to the power minus 3. So now when you calculate, the value of IC comes out to be 2 multiplied by 0.98 is 1.96 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 3, or I can say it is 1.96 ampere. Okay, so once you get the value of IC and we know the value of IE, from that equation we can easily calculate the value of IB. So IB is equal to IE minus IC. And what is IE? It is 2 milliampere, 2 into 10 to the power minus 3, minus the value of IC, which is 1.96, which we have calculated now. So 1.96 into 10 to the power minus 3. Minus 3 will be taken common. 2 minus 1.96 is 0.04 into 10 to the power minus 3, or 0.04 10 to the power minus 3 can be written as milli, and unit of current is ampere. So it will be 0.04 milliampere. So such type of very basic problem will be asked on the transistor configuration. Now, having understood the working of all the three configuration and its electrical parameters, and after solving problems, now the last part of that particular topic is comparison of transistor configuration. We have studied three configuration, and we will try to compare the three transistor configuration on different parameters. So the first parameter is phase shift. Okay, and if you recall that in CB configuration there is 0 degree phase shift, in CC configuration there is a 0 degree phase shift between input and output, whereas in CE configuration there is a phase shift of 180 degree between input and output. So that is the first parameter. Second parameter, input current. Let us write the third parameter also, which is output current. Okay, what is input current in case of common base configuration? In common base configuration, base is common for both input and output. Input is applied between emitter and base, output is taken between collector and base. So input current here is IB, output current here is IC. Similarly, for common emitter configuration, emitter is common for input and output. So input current is IB, output current is IC. Common collector configuration, collector is common for input and output. So input current is IB, output current is IE. And then the fourth parameter, which is current amplification factor, which is alpha. Alpha is IC upon IE. Here it is beta for common emitter configuration, which is IC upon IB, and gamma for common collector configuration, which is IE upon IB. So from this formula itself we can say that alpha is less than 1 and beta and gamma value will be very large. So for current amplification you won't be using common base configuration, you will be using common emitter and common collector configuration. Very important parameters. The next two are input resistance and output input resistance and output resistance. That means resistance offered at the input side of that particular configuration. For common base configuration, input resistance offered at emitter and base, output resistance will be offered at the collector junction, that means collector and base junction. Okay, so for common base configuration, input resistance is very low in the range of 20 ohms, and output resistance is very high in the range of 1 meg ohm. 1 meg ohm is 1 into 10 to the power 6 ohms. So that value will be very, very large. Okay, next is for common emitter configuration, the value is, this is low, this is high, moderately low. The value is around 1 kilo ohm, and here it is 40 kilo ohms. Okay, so this is the configuration for common emitter configuration. The input resistance is moderately low and the output resistance is moderately high. For any electronic device, the input resistance must be low and the output resistance must be high. So most of the times what we are going to do is, see, of course we can use common base configuration, but current amplification factor is very less. So therefore what we do is, most of the time the circuit which we'll try to understand, or the circuit which we'll try to design, will be always common emitter configuration, because it has voltage amplification as well as current amplification, and the important characteristics of input resistance very low and output resistance very high. And for common collector configuration, the input resistance is high, very high, which is around in the range of 500 kilo ohms, and output resistance is low in the range of 50 ohms. Okay, so now application 7th is the application where we can use this configuration. Okay, so as I said, in common base configuration you cannot be used for current amplification, so it can be used as voltage amplifier. Only if you want to increase only the voltage, we have to use voltage amplifier, or sometimes we call it as a pre-amplifier, because we generally don't use an amplifier only to amplify voltage. So if you want to use it amplifier, it is a one stage before the amplifier, which is called as pre-amplifier. Okay, so voltage amplifier, or it can be used as pre-amplifier. And if you and for common emitter configuration, it can amplify voltage, it can amplify current, and therefore it can amplify power. So basically all amplifiers, when you design, we use common emitter configuration. And here in common collector configuration, it can be used as current amplifier, only current amplifier, or we say here what happens is, it can be used for impedance matching. That means impedance matching. Here voltage at the input and output remains same. That means जो input उसको बोलते हैं, this type of configuration is also called as emitter follower. जो input voltage दोगे वही output में मिलेगा, लेकिन current का amplification हो जाएगा. So that type of circuit is called as emitter follower and can be used for impedance matching. So this question can be asked for 3 marks. Make sure that you understand these parameters properly.